Hey guys, how's it going? My name is always and welcome back to Project Ozone 2. In the last episode, we were working through the quest line to get into GalacticCraft and all that kind of fun stuff. And we've been working pretty hard on this, and we got a bunch of stuff last time, but we kind of got stuck by the end of it. A lot of crafting, and the thing that we kind of got stuck by was the fuel loader, which requires reactor glass, which requires reactor frames, which requires steel casings. And I just didn't feel like making those on camera, so we just ended the episode off. Now, between episodes, I went ahead and expanded this platform just a little bit. That's a little dark there, dark there. And I went to the nether, grabbed a whole bunch of crushed netherrack, literally just went in there, vein mined for a second, and came back. I need to have a better way to bring to transport stuff like that back and forth, but just trying to resupply on our metals. We are low on copper and tin. We have plenty of both gold and iron, so I'm not too worried about those, but yeah, so let's see what else happened between episodes. We got the dye seeds, tin, and we're now working on electrotine. And I went ahead and made a bunch of steel and a bunch of compressed stuff because we're gonna need this. We're gonna need this very soon. So today we are going to continue on working on through this quest line, trying to get to the rocket itself, tier 1 rocket, so that we can go to the moon. And we're gonna have to wait for this guy to finish up, so we're gonna do some other quests while we're waiting and go from there. So, real quick, this is doing good? Yes, okay. I like checking that every once in a while just to make sure that everything's good. So, let's jump into it. So first things first, we need to do some more quests. And like I said, we're waiting on the fuel loader. We can go ahead and, if we take a look at the fuel loader, we can go ahead and start getting some of this other stuff ready. So I noticed by looking through all the quest lines, to get up to the rocket, we're going to need 2 factory machine blocks, which is going to require some electrical steel. Ooh, I forgot about that. We need some more steel. So iron, let's take a stack of that. What's the best way to get electrical steel? I mean, we could use steel and silicon. That is completely and utterly a thing. Silicon, clay, sand / dust. And actually, we have a ton of dust down here. It's clogging up our machines. So let's just take this, and we're going to grind this up and try to get some silicon. So that should be very quick. And we're going to need coal dust and a stack of silicon, so whenever that's done, awesome. Just throw that all in there, and we'll get a bunch of electrical steel. Pretty easy. So, with that taken care of, we're also going to need some actual plastic, which is not a problem. We have plenty of it. Just get a stack more, and yeah, that's pretty easy. So we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we're going to need like 10 electrical steel, I think. Let's take a look at this. Yes. And then machine frames, which I went ahead and already have. We're also going to need to take this capacitor and upgrade it to the atomic alloy, which I believe is another quest in the Epsilon? Yes. Oh, we already did it. Okay, never mind. So does that mean we have an atomic alloy? Atomic, nope. If we do, it's not there, so let's just quickly look, make sure. Alright, what would we have used that for? Let's take a look. Oops, wrong thing. So this guy is used for combiner, teleportation core, energy cubes. Oh, did we make the universal cables? Ultimate, yeah, okay, so that's what we used it for. No big deal. So we've made this before. It's not that difficult. We just got to run it through all 3 of these machines, and that's pretty much it. So we'll let that go ahead and cook up. We should have plenty of electrical steel at this point. And this is to make the factory machine. It is an assembly table. So one of these days we're gonna make a lot of lasers for this, and we're probably gonna also move it somewhere else. But we'll worry about that later. So we'll do something like that, and just let that stuff cook. So what else do we need? We need 2 basic fluid tanks. So that is just iron and redstone. And redstone. Easy enough. So 1 and 2. We are going to need copper plates, compressed copper. That's easy. And then the reactor glass, which just requires some glass. So we'll go ahead and put this stuff in here. And then what else do we need to do? So if we look at the quest book, the other side of that is O2 sealer. So we need to make the oxygen sealer, which is this guy. This is not going to be too bad. We need some oxygen vents, compressed tin. I did go ahead and make a bunch of compressed tin because we're gonna need a lot of it. Let's actually, can I just do this for right now? So oxygen sealer, we're gonna need 2 of these. So we need some 2 compressed steel. We're gonna need the air pipes. What are they called? Pressure pipes? Pressure tubes. Same difference. And 1, 2. Alright, we're also going to need the oxygen concentrator, which requires 10 canisters. We're going to need 2 of these, which is why I made a bunch of tin. And my items keep disappearing. I don't know why. Just a weird bug. So we need bronze, 4 steel each. So you will go through a lot of steel with this stuff. And then we need electrotine. So let's wrap this around iron, and we'll be able to get a lot of this very soon, so I'm not too worried about it right now. Let's go ahead and cook that up. There we go. So can we make those? Yes. And then we need compressed iron gears. We can, okay, just use iron with that. So we'll need 1, 2, 3, 4. Easy enough. So that'll be pretty much everything with the oxygen sealer. We just need to kind of finish up getting the rest of the machining parts, the machine blocks, which this is taking forever. I mean, it does require, what is that, 4 million RF? Yeah, it's a lot of RF. It's gonna take a while, but we'll get there. It won't be too bad. So once that's done, we'll get the other thing going and we'll be good. So we're out of crop sticks. Let's see, we have a ton of jungle planks. Let's go ahead and make some crop sticks. Now one of these days we are going to set up a farm. I need to see if we need to do this kind of farming station in order to grow these guys, or if we can use just a normal one. If we can use a normal one, that would be really nice. It would make things a lot easier. So this only requires 600,000. It'll be done pretty quick. And we'll go ahead and grab it and go from there. Now, since the other thing that needs a factory machine block is the fuel loader, we're not going to worry about it. We can just let this kind of finish up on its own, and we'll get back to it soon enough. So, once this is done, we'll go ahead and grab that. Make the oxygen sealer. So this is something that it basically will find an enclosed room, and it will seal it. It will make it a breathable atmosphere. Not something we really care about, to be honest. So let's just make it for the quest. And there's the quest. So we go. We're going to go ahead and put that in there. And actually, you know what? We're going to take all of these out. We're going to put them in here. Up in this corner. So this is our GalacticCraft chest for the time being. So now we can actually make the NASA workbench. This is the thing that you need to have in order to build rockets. So let's take a look at it. It is not very difficult. It does require a machine frame. I didn't make enough. No! Okay, that's not too bad. We can make another one. I forgot about that one. I needed 7 because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 7. I forgot about the last one. So we need some compressed titanium. Let's make sure we have everything else. So titanium. Let's see. 2 equals 1, so we do need 8. I keep clicking the wrong machine. Alright, so some compressed titanium. If we want a machine frame, we're going to need a little bit of steel. We're going to need iron gears turned into energetic. We're going to need glass. What else is it we need? There's something else that's kind of minor. Invar. We need 4 Invar. We need iron bars. And a capacitor. So, if you can't tell, I've done this recently. That was weird. A little bit of a lag spike, it seemed, or something. I don't know. But that was really weird. I couldn't move for a second. So there's that. That'll be done in just a second. Pretty quick with all these Enderflux crystals. And we come over here. Throw all that stuff in there. And that was quick. Because it already had the power. So I just told it to go ahead and use that power to make the thing. And there we go. So we'll put that away. Now we also need electrotine ingot. That's easy enough. And then we need to make this pneumatic wrench, which is actually pretty simple. We need orange dye, 4 compressed iron, air canister. So the air canister is probably the hardest part, and it's not even that hard. And we don't have everything. So we're going to need a lever. Okay, we have the lever, so it's the orange dye we don't have. Alright, it's this. Because the air canister can have an inventory, it can have a charge. It's not going to work. So compressed iron. There we go. It won't shift click into here because it's a it can have a damage value or damage bar. So, and since this can as well, we're going to need to grab our compressed titanium. And can we do it in here? We certainly can. So there is the NASA workbench. We'll go ahead and claim that. So the next thing is we need to make a tier 1 rocket. Let's go ahead and place this. This does not require any power or anything, and it is a huge block. It's really cool too. So the neat thing about this is we can actually kind of build the rocket as we go. Now the tier 1 rocket requires a lot of these heavy duty plates, which is compressed bronze, iron, and steel. So let's get like 16 of each. And we'll go ahead and start getting some heavy duty stuff. So we're going to need a lot of these in the long run. So making the steel seeds might not be a bad idea. We'll decide on that a little bit later. And you know what I forgot about? I forgot about this guy down here. So let's go ahead and upgrade the enriched alloy with the diamonds. And this won't take very long, so I'm not going to worry too much about it. And then the reinforced with the obsidian, the diamond infused obsidian. And how are we doing? We are close. It literally just made the third one. So, very soon we'll have that. How is this doing? Alright, we have 16 heavy-duty plates. And that is all of that section. And the neat thing is, as you... Oh. Does it not stay? Nope. There we go. So we need 8 of these. We're going to need rocket fins times 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we're going to need more. So we need more steel. The eternal struggle. Do we have enough stuff? And the answer is usually no. So let's get some more steel. And then bronze and aluminum. And then what else are we going to need? We're going to need 4. All of that is easy enough. We're going to need more steel and 3 more. So we need quite a bit. And I don't think this is going to be enough. So let's get some more steel cooking. Grab a stack of iron. 2 stacks of this. And won't make it in there. It has to be made in this guy. So we'll just do this. Kind of ignore it. How is this doing? About a third of the way there. Alright. So let's do this again. I don't know if it's shaped or not. But this should give us 4 more. Or is it going to give us 8 more? 8 more. Cool. So that'll at least make us the fins. Once we have a little bit more steel. And yeah, this just takes a little bit of time. It's not like a difficult recipe. It's really easy. We have plenty of coal. We have plenty of iron. So it's just a matter of kind of collecting it all and making sure we have plenty of supplies. So let's go ahead and make more steel. Eventually I might want to make more of these electric compressors. I don't know. We're going to require a lot of compressed steel because just for an example, the tier 1 rocket is like this. Now the heavy duty plates are used, astrominer, that's an interesting thing, are used with meteoric iron, which we can actually already make to make heavy duty plates tier 2, which are then used not only to make the tier 2 rocket, but also tier 1. Okay, that's something new. A lot of things I've never really seen. Then you use it with Dash, which is at Mars, which you need a tier 2 rocket to go to make tier 3. And then you'll need tier 4, which is made with compressed carbon. And that is used with compressed palladium to make tier 5. And so on and so forth. And all of these are required for everything in the rocket. So we're going to need a ton of these materials. And so what's going to be the best thing to do? I don't know at this point. We'll figure something out with it. But a lot of it will probably be off-camera work. So let's go ahead and make the rest of these guys. I think one of the next things, before we actually go to space, I think one of the next things is setting up a farm for the magical crops and start collecting the... Oh, it's not essence, but actually it is. It is the essence. Start collecting the essence so that we can start working with that. So there is the rocket fins. Alright, so... we have the rocket fins, we have the 4 of these. We need a redstone torch. And 3 more of these. And we should be really close. So there is the nose cone. And then we just need this, which requires 4 more. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put that in here. So let's just get something like that, and we'll do this. So we need, for the rocket engine, we need flint and steel, 10 canisters, so we'll need 5 tin. We're going to need flint and steel, which should be pretty easy to get. I think we can do that. We are going to need a button. We're going to need an oxygen vent. So we'll need 1 more compressed steel, some more tin, and then pressure. The pressure things, the pressure tubes, do we have those? No. So we need to make the pressure tubes. And make 2 sets of those. Alright, so oxygen vent. There we go. I want to grab all the compressed stuff, so all the tin I want to store in here. So we have this, and we have this. Awesome. Now, if we come here, we should be able to make the rocket. And if you could see, we'd have like animation stuff going on over here, but we don't. So there is the tier 1 rocket. Let's go ahead and claim our reward. And now it wants us to not only go get some cheese from the moon, we need to get these airlock stuff done. There's still more stuff to do. We need to get this oxygen geared. We'll need oxygen in order to actually explore space at any length. Otherwise we'll die. We'll die pretty quickly. So there is another good reward. So let's go ahead and get the fuel loader. This is something we're going to need, and we have everything for it. So in order to get this, we're going to need this stuff. And this is a pressure chamber thing. So we'll get the steel casing. And there we go. Let's grab our atomic alloy. I grabbed those. Oh, I guess I didn't. I guess I hit shift again too soon, but no problem. Let's go ahead and get the fuel loader. So we need this reactor glass, we need the reactor frames, we'll need a piece of glass. Actually, let's just do it in here. So the fuel loader, reactor glass, and it's not going to let me shift click because these can also have meta values. We'll just do it right here. Compressed copper, and there's the fuel loader. Space program guidance, yes. There is a lot of guidance for this. There is like checklists and everything that you can look at. Now something we're going to want to set up is the refinery. Now let's put this like right here and break everything. Didn't mean to do that. Alright, so the refinery, I believe... Oh my gosh, this pick is a little too strong. Let's set the refinery over here. just so I can look at it. So it looks like it has oil on one side, export on the other, and then power's on top. So if we put it right here, we can grab some energy conduits and do something like that. Now all of these GalacticCraft machines are going to be moved over here once we're ready for it. So once that platform is built out a little bit, we'll get all that stuff moved over. So fuel loader, we'll go ahead and claim that reward. Now the next quest is actually really easy, and it's going to use some of this iron that we have. So we need to get the launch pads. You use this to actually launch your rocket. Just blocks of iron and compressed iron. Pretty easy. So that is that. And I don't know what this is. Oh, the space station. We'll have that completed basically once we unlock it, which I think the cheese is the key. So the oxygen gear we need to make still. Let's see, this is going to be important. But let's go ahead and start refining some of this fuel. So if we go to the last millennium, we should have some oil here. Yes. So we'll just come over here and we'll grab our drum of oil. We have quite a bit, and we'll come back. It's literally all we need. So can we get another drum? We need something like that one. And is it still iron? I can never remember if it's iron or steel. Alright, just iron. Alright, so what we're gonna do, I don't know if I can do it like this. No. So we'll have to place these like so. But let's go ahead and get refining. So we'll need some fluid conduits. We'll just use inner fluid because it'll be faster. It'll be easier. And extract, always active. And extract, always active. So that'll start working. And it will just fill this guy up with gasoline. Is that what we want? I don't actually know, to be honest. So that's making fuel. We'll just keep this like so, and then we'll get this as we need. So with that taken care of, just throw that in there and that in there. Alright, so we have a bunch of reward bags. We'll get to those here soon. So this oxygen gear, we need heavy oxygen tanks. So let's see, we can get rid of, let's do the other stuff, the airlocks. So there's this stuff. Airlocks are airtight doors that provide passage between rooms. So in other words, if you want to secure a room and make it breathable, you put an airlock so that you can go from the inside outside. That's all. So we need the airlock controller and 9 airlock frames. I didn't see that part. Okay, but we get 4 each. It's not too bad. We're just gonna need more steel. Of course. So let's get some of this taken care of like so. And the actual airlock controller is pretty easy, but it does require meteoric iron, which we don't have access to, except we do. It just requires some skystone dust, so we have a good bit of that. Let's take 2 stacks of this, and iron. We'll need like next to no iron, but this is a good way to get meteoric iron. It is slow. Why is it so slow? Is it taking that much power? 80,000. Yeah. So there's other ways to get meteoric iron. We can, if we find fallen meteors, which they are pretty common on moons, they will drop meteoric iron. If you have those yourselves, you can kind of do some stuff some fancy chemical things to get more, but that's not really that important. So that will give us some raw meteoric iron, and we can use that to get this guy. So we'll just need one of these and some steel. So what else do we need for all of this? Let's take a look. So this requires aluminum. I think we're going to need 3 recipes of this, so 18. And then we need 3 of these, so we need 3 bronze. What else do we need? 3 tin cans, so that's like 15. Alright, how close are we? I bet if we do it in here, we'll be able to complete that. 2. So we need more, we need more of the electrotine. So let's just do this. And iron. Let's get a bunch of it. Who cares? We can get more. Let's get some more of this stuff going. And then let's also grab 2 more stacks of this. And another stack of iron. Alright. And let's throw that in there. Alright, so let's see. There's 1 more. 2 more. We need more steel. Alrighty then, so steel. We'll just wait on that. So once that's done, we'll get to it. We'll get back to it. So furnace, we need to get the meteoric iron processed. And how many do we need for this guy? Just 2. That's not too bad. Let's take the rest of this stuff and we'll put him in here. And then we'll use that as we need to. So this will be pretty easy. Should be able to put the iron back away. And the Paxil we don't need. Oh hey, but we have all the oxygen concentrators. So there is the steel. Let's see. Can we make 2 of those? We get just a little bit more steel, and we'll be able to do that. So that should be everything we need. Let's just turn this all into the compressed. So with that taken care of, we should be able to make the airlock frames. Yes. We needed 9 of them, so we had to make a few extra. That's fine. And then once this has 6, we'll be able to make the airlock controller. So let's start getting rid of this, and I can remember how to make the airlock controller. So the last thing we need to do before we can go to space is we need to make oxygen gear. So we need 2 heavy oxygen tanks. And we're going to have to fill those up with oxygen, which we'll do next time. Next episode, we are not going to go to space. We're going to go to space the time after, I think. There's a few more things that I want to do. A few more things I want to kind of prep for before we head into space itself. So we need an oxygen mask as well. We need oxygen gear. And the last thing is the frequency module. frequency module. Alright, so that is everything. Let's go ahead and make the airlock controller, so it's just like this. To those, and the basic. And that should be a quest. And it is. So we have 2 epics. Cool. So let's throw that in there. In order to make all this stuff, we need, let's see, oxygen mask is pretty easy. There we go. Oxygen gear requires another one of these guys. So we're going to need some bronze, tin, and all this. And there we go, oxygen concentrator. And then to make these guys, the oxygen pipes, they're pretty easy. Just a little bit of glass. And there's the oxygen gear. And then the frequency module requires 2 iron, so we're going to need a little bit more iron compressed. And let's see, what else does it need? It needs a redstone repeater, basic wafer, and aluminum. Basic wafer, aluminum, and then redstone repeater. We need cobblestone. What we'll do is we'll just throw it in here because it's easier. And stone. Where is, there it is. Alright. So everything else we should have here in a second. And there is the frequency module. Now this is so you can actually use mapping and stuff like that. I don't actually know if that's used for anything like really good, but it looks cool. So GalacticCraft adds another tab here, and we can add all of our stuff and look a little bit cooler. The only thing we need now, there is a couple other things. So there is the parachute. The parachute, which those are the aethers. So these guys, I don't know if that we need, but they're pretty easy to make. So let's go ahead and make one. If we want to color it something other than white, it's not that hard. So 1, 2, 3, and then that. So there is a parachute. This will just kind of help us land, type of thing. And then all we need now is the oxygen gear. I do want to make sure that the quest is... Okay, we've done all that because we did make the oxygen tanks, but we do physically need them. So we're going to need a little bit more steel and probably a lot more tin, not tine. Let's get a stack of tin and like 8 steel. That'll be enough. We'll go ahead and get the tin going, and we need to make the heavy oxygen tank. So the other thing we need is red dye, or red wool rather. So we have 3, 2, 3. Let's see, wool we can make from cotton or string. 1, 2, 3. And then do we have no poppies in there, but we should have plenty of red dye right here. 1, 2, 3. Plus we have the Technicolor stuff, so the dye seeds are good enough as well. Alright, so there is 2. Let's go ahead and get this going. There is 4. We need 6 in total, so we need 10 more. And then what do we need for the bottom? It's just 6. So these 2 can go back in here, and we'll get the rest. So while we're waiting on that, that is pretty much all the quest lines here. Let's go ahead and claim this one. We'll throw all of our items in here. So we have a lot of reward bags, and we might as well go ahead and open them. We are also making plenty of fuel. We'll get that taken care of soon enough. And I miscounted on that. Alright, so we need... I just want to make sure we don't have any oxygen tanks in here. No. Alright, so we need 4... 1, 2, 3, 4... And once we get all these, we'll make the oxygen tanks, and next episode we will set them up and kind of finish up everything we need to do in order to pretty much just get what we need in order to go into space. We're very, very close. It's just a matter of kind of finishing up a few things, and there's a couple things I want to do that is a little bit out of sequence. Is it a blood moon? No, why is it so dark? I don't know. So there's a couple of different things that I want to do just to kind of make our my life easier. But we do this, and we'll get this... Well, once we're in space, we'll get this gauge that will say, hey, you're out of oxygen, because we don't actually have any. So the thing I want to make is Charm of Dislocation. So if we could make the advanced charm, that'd be awesome. However... it requires a wyvern core, which requires another star, and glowing magnalloy, plus blue gems. Blue gems are from Neptune. We can't do this. No, there's no way. But we can make the Charm of Dislocation. And we make a handful of these, and we can go back and forth to the moon without any worry. Now, these are relatively cheap. Blaze powder is a bit of a pain just because of how rare it is to get from sifting. It's a 5% drop chance. How much do we have? We have 71. So yeah, it's relatively rare. But what we can do is we can make these Charms of Dislocation. Draconium dust is actually pretty easy to get. We can get it from sifting. Let's see. You go through all of this. You can get it from sifting in stone, crushed in stone. And the thing is in stone, we can actually make. So in stone, we can get quite a bit of, if we go grab some of this Enderman essence. So we just throw that in there, and we can make a good bit of in stone. And then the recipe for this, to get the crushed, we can do a couple of different things. We can pulverize it, which works just fine. Can we throw it into the sag mill? No. So we have to pulverize it. That's okay. What I can do is just come down here, since I don't have any other pulverizers, and do this. And get a bunch of crushed endstone, which is what this last one is about. And then that allows us to get draconium. Now, if we look at the uses for this, draconium is pretty rare. It's going to give us some other stuff as well, but the draconium is what we mainly want, and it's pretty rare. Now, we could also go to the end. We haven't... Have we done that? Yes, we have been to the end, because I think we killed the dragon. I don't know, it's been a while if we have. So I don't remember. But, here's the thing. If we go and kill the dragon again, or if we go to the end, we can find draconium a lot easier. There are meteors there, and since we have creative mode flight, we should be able to get plenty of draconium. We'll look into that. We might just go to the end. That might be the easier way. So, if that's the case, we can get draconium pretty straightforward. And then the only other thing that we'll need is even more blaze powder, but that's fine. Is this dislocator pedestal, which is really simple. And this allows you to basically put the teleporters on there, and that is what the basement of this area is going to be completely for. We're just going to have a row of teleporters to go to the moon, and then we'll have teleporters there to come back. That way, we don't have to use our rocket all the time. We just have to get there once. And so that's the plan. Let's go ahead and this takes a while to break. That's okay though. So let's go ahead and open up all these reward bags so we have a single basic, and we'll end the episode off here. So next time will be kind of preparing to go into space for the final time and just getting together all the stuff we're going to need to go through with it. And then the following episode we'll go to space, we'll go to the moon and take care of that place. So first, reward bag. Automatic hammers. That's actually not a bad reward. We have 3 good. Jeweled apples, we'll be using those. Diamond apples. And cooking for blockheads. 1 greater has invisible bedrock. And 2 epics. So I'm still looking for 2 items. If we can get those right now, that'd be awesome. That is not it. While this is cool, that is not it either. So this allows you to shoot blaze and gas fireballs, create firebursts, and light fires, which is really cool. But it's not something I plan on using. So we'll just throw all this stuff in here. And how are we doing for lives? Let's eat one of these hearts. How are we doing? 7 lives. Alright, so that is going to be it for this episode. We might also look into using some of these miniature hearts. Usage. Yeah, we should be able to take care of that. And how about this guy? Alright, cool. Yeah, we should be able to do that. So, we might look into upgrading our life a little bit, and we'll go from there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Next time we are going to work on getting into space and preparing the last couple of things. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye!